you're called. I can't help you. There's like 12 back there. Was that the first one? Because the first one was not good. If you saw. Do you want me to just start? Okay.
Shabbat Shalom, everybody.
Shabbat Shalom.
We're slowly getting the humidity out of the room. If you walked in here 20 minutes ago, you hit a wall, an invisible wall of humidity. I know, it's slowly, it'll get out of here. It's nice to be together on Shabbat, and nice to be together as a community. If you don't know, I imagine most of you do, but if you don't know, following services tonight, we'll have our second town hall to talk about the potential for Bethel becoming a part of our campus, and spend most of that time discussing that with each other, asking questions, hopefully answering questions. But most importantly, we're here together on Shabbat to be a community and to be with each other. So we take a moment to exit our week and enter Shabbat. We'll start by inviting, I'm not sure which president, Greg, Skip, one of them? Both? You get both, it's a bonus night. Two presidents to welcome everybody and to share announcements.
You go first. Okay. Well, welcome everyone that's here in person. Thank you for joining us. And we'd also like to welcome those people who are joining us online. It's very good to have you here tonight. Also, I don't know if I see Courtney here anywhere. Whoops, sorry. Okay, but I wanted to welcome Courtney Krieger, who's our new religious school director who started this week. So I guess we'll welcome her the next time when she's here. Okay, great. But first of all, I want to thank Mike and Joyce Butlin for sponsoring the Wine and Welcome. Happy 40th anniversary. And also for lighting the Shabbat candles and leading us in the Kiddush blessing. And I'd like to thank Cantor Fromson for the beautiful music tonight. And also, I'd like to thank the ushers. That I think Ron Letter is the usher, but I'm not sure who else. And then I'd like to thank
Mike Cohen.
And Mike Cohen for helping. Mike, you're doing a great job sitting there. Thanks.
Speak right into it.
Okay. Anyway, Ooh.
A lot of technical
We have a
difficulties.
few reminders of upcoming events. Actually, it was more than a few. I had to print it out on a piece of paper because it was so long, but a lot of them are meaningful. So you know about the town hall that's tonight after services, but please be reminded too, if you know of anybody that can't make it tonight, they can come next weekend on Saturday after Torah study at 9 a.m., and that will be the final town hall for this round. Then Sisterhood is looking for a few more volunteers on Sunday morning to prepare kugel, I believe, for Rosh Hashanah. So if you're available, please reach out to Patty Margolis or Terry Siegel to join, is that right, on Saturday or Sunday morning? Okay. Then August 13th at 1 p.m., there's a book discussion group, The Happiest Man on Earth. That's next Thursday, I believe. Please, if you can attend there. Then next Friday at 5:30, it's the Legacy and Endowment Shabbat, Wine and Welcome, honoring all those that have been engaged in endowment programs and legacy programs. So please, again, make a reservation if you're going to come. Then August 16th, J-Fest, Jewish Heritage Festival from 1 to 5 p.m. at the JCC Shaw Field, I believe. And then August 21st at 5:30 p.m., back to the Shul Barbecue to welcome our new religious school director, Courtney Krieger. Please RSVP for that as well. And then lastly, Mike Siegel, Brotherhood, is having a baseball game outing at the Rubber Ducks on August 21st, or no, I'm sorry, 23rd. August 23rd. So please register for that with Mike if you're able. Skip.
Shabbat Shalom. I have Greg come up with me because of the two of us, he has the Riz. You know what Riz is, don't you? Charisma. For you boomers, charisma. So he has the Riz, and I'm just riding on his coattails, as I've been doing for the past over a year now. So thank you, Greg. Okay, just one other announcement that is important in terms of our identity. Something I'm genuinely excited about. This year, as you've heard already, hopefully, our theme is belonging. And as your board presidents, we want to tell you that we're not just naming it, we hope we're building it. One of our own members, Suzanne Roberts, Suzanne? Came to leadership with a proposal, and out of that proposal, the Ehud Group was born, our belonging team. Are there members of that team here tonight that could raise their hands? See, we have many members
You
of
want
the
to explain
team
what the
here
Ehud
tonight.
team is?
And thank you to them for their willingness to participate. I am about to do that. Mr. Riz. Ehud's a Temple Israel initiative dedicated to ensuring that every person who enters our doors experiences genuine belonging, inclusion, and connection. Not by accident, by design, by intent. You'll begin seeing members of the team in the entryway, the lobby, the sanctuary very soon. This is their commitment and our commitment to you. So please join me in welcoming these volunteers and this new chapter for our community. Thank you very much.
One last thing. Please turn to your neighbors next to you, put a big smile on your face, and say, Shabbat Shalom.
We invite the Butlins, in honor of their anniversary, to join us in lighting our candles. You can find the blessing on page 2, as we'll begin by bringing some light into our sanctuary.
We light these candles to rejoice in the freedom we share with each other. It is the light that beckons us, the light of peace, the light of hope, the light of mitzvot. As we kindle these lights, may we bring strength to one another as we are inspired by the light of tradition. Nope.
Baruch atah Adonai
Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu.
Ahadlik Meir Shel Shabbat.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu. B'Shabbat kodesh be'ahava u'b'ratzon hichilanu. Zikaron l'maaseh v'reishit, ki hu yom tefillah l'mikra'e kodesh. Zecher l'tzion mitzrayim, kivanu v'charta miotanu kidashta mikamim. V'Shabbat kodesh be'ahava u'v'ratzon hinchatanu. Baruch atah Adonai mekadesh haShabbat. Amen.
And as they're drinking from that glass, before we begin with Hine Matov, which is page 10, you can turn to page 10 if you want. We'll be singing in a moment. There is another anniversary, which is today, not to outdo the Butlins who provided wonderful food for us and who have celebrated 40 beautiful years, but to outdo the Butlins. 67 years today is Janice and Stan Sheffield. 66. Well, Stan said 66. 66 years. And so, Mazel Tov to you. Happy anniversary. And we begin with all these blessings before us. We take the good in our lives, the good in our community, the good that we have between each other. Hine Matov, how good it is that we are here, page 10 in the prayer books.
Hine matov manayim, shevet achim gam yachad. Hine matov manayim, shevet achim gam yachad. Hine matov, shevet achim gam yachad. Shevet achim gam yachad, hine matov u'manayim. Shevet achim gam yachad, hine matov u'manayim. Shevet achim gam yachad.
Turn to page 20 in our prayer books. We take a second to walk back through our week. Think about the times we've had, the good times and the bad, the struggles, the barriers before us, perhaps the travels, the times we were in one place too long or we had to get to too many places too quickly. And then we slow down, let ourselves enter Shabbat. We welcome Shabbat as we highlight the good. And so let us put aside whatever frustrations we had and elevate whatever beautiful relationships we had this week. As we enter Shabbat, page 20, Lachado D, we start slowly, as we slowly discard that stuff that's hard to get rid of, and then we'll speed up as we welcome with enthusiasm the blessings in our life. Page 20 and 21.
Lachado D likrat kala, Pnei Shabbat nekabela. Lachado D likrat kala, Pnei Shabbat nekabela. Lachado di likrat kala, Pnei Shabbat nekabela. Lachado di likrat kala, Pnei Shabbat nekabela.
שמור וזכור בדיבור אחד, השמיענו אל המיוחד, אדוני אחד, שמו אחד, לשמו תפארת ועליתי לה. לך דודי לקרא כלה, בני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי לקרא כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לקראת שבת לכו ונלכה, כי היא מקור הברכה, מאיר ראש מקדם משוכה, סוף מעשה ממש חברתי לה. לך דודי לקרא כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי לקרא כלה, פני שבת נקבלה.
We turn to verse 5. As we put this week behind us with joy and enthusiasm, we welcome Shabbat.
לך דודי לקראת כלה, יללי, 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 פני שבת נקבלה. היי, היי, לך דודי לקראת כלה, יללי, 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 פני שבת נקבלה. התעוררי, התעוררי, כי באורך קומי אורי, גורי אורי, שיר דברי, כבוד אדוני עלייך נגלה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, יללי, 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 פני שבת נקבלה. היי, היי, לך דודי לקראת כלה, יללי, 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 פני שבת נקבלה.
Please rise as we face the entrance to our sanctuary, and those at home can face the entrance to your home as we welcome Shabbat.
בואי בשלום עטרת בלה, גם בשמחה ובסוף עולה, תוך אמוני עם סגולה. בואי חלה, בואי חלה, לך דודי לקראת כלה, יללי, 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 פני שבת נקבלה. היי, היי, לך דודי לקראת כלה, יללי, 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 פני שבת נקבלה.
Remain standing if you'd like, page 26.
יקדם, יקדש שמי רבה, בעלמא יברח ידרתי וימליך מלכותי, בחייכון וביומכון ובחייך בית ישראל, בעגלה, בעגלה, ובזמן קריב ואמרו אמן. יהי שמי רבה מברך, לעולם ולעלמיה יתברך. יתברך וישתבח, ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא, ויתהדר ויתעלה, ויתהלל, שמי קדושה בריך הוא. לעילם ינקום ברכתה ושירתה, תשבחתה ונחמתה, דאמירן מעלמה, ואמרו אמן.
Page 28.
La 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 la
Page 31. It is natural to fear change, and yet our prayers tell us that every time at this week, this is an hour of change, that within it we stand uncertain, on the border of light, and we ask, will we cross over or will we draw back? We ask where our hearts will turn. Shall we draw back, my brother, my sister, or cross over? This is the hour of change, and within it, we are here quietly standing on the border of light. What lies before us, we ask, and will we draw back, my brother, my sister, or cross over?
Baruch atah Adonai Hamari Varavi.
Page 32. Ahavat Olam Beit Yisrael Amcha Ahavta. An eternal love, we ask, God, that you bring upon the house of Israel and all people. As we are your people, so is your love our love. Never remove that love from us, we ask. Praise to you, God, who loves your people.
Baruch atah Adonai Elohim Amo Yisrael.
Page 34 and 35.
Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Le'olam Va'ed.
Please be seated. Page 36, V'ahavta.
V'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol levavcha u'b'chol nafshecha u'b'chol me'odecha v'hayu advarim ha'ele asher Elohim etzavecha hayom alavavecha v'shinatam levanecha v'dibarta b'am b'shivtecha b'beitecha uvlatecha b'derech ובשוכבך ובקומך וקשרתם לאות על ידך והיו לטוטפות בעיניך וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובישעריך למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם אני אדוני אלוהיכם אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים להיות לכם לאלוהים אני אדוני אלוהיכם.
We turn to page 40 as we sing the song that the Israelites sang the moment that they realized that what they were afraid of was no longer to be feared. And they could look towards the future and they could see a path for themselves, even though it was a scary one. They stopped for a moment, they sang, and they shared these words that have now become eternal. Page 40, Mi Chamocha.
Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi kamocha neder b'kodesh, nora tehilot osef ele, nora tehilot osef ele. Malachotecha rov alecha, bokei hayam lifnei Moshe u'Miriam, ze Elianu ve'amaru, ze Elianu ve'amaru. Le'olam va'ed Adonai Yimloch Le'olam va'ed Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai Mi kamocha neder b'kodesh Nora tehilot osef ele Nora tehilot osef ele.
We all have certain speech patterns, habits. It was pointed out to me by some friends in college that when I'm on the phone with my parents, in our family, maybe it's just me, but I think it's our whole family, we say, let me go. Like, let me get off the phone. Like, let me leave. Will you give me permission to end this call? As if we need to make sure that somehow it's not just on us, that somebody else has to be okay with it, that it's a mutual decision in some way, that we can't just say, I need to go. goodbye. It's actually something we both agree to. So here we have page 43. Let there be love and understanding among us. A question we put out there into the world. Something that perhaps we can't create on our own, but something that also we can't put on others to do by themselves. Let there be love and understanding among us. Let us both, all of us, agree that we also let peace and friendship be a shelter. Let us create that together as we enter into this evening. We ask that there be a Sukkot Shalom, a shelter of peace over all of us in whatever way we need it. The words of Hashkivenu, page 42.
Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu l'shalom, l'shalom, v'hamidenu shamreinu l'chaim. Ufrosalinu Sukkot Shlomecha, Frosalinu Sukkot Shlomecha. Amen. Shelter us beneath thy wings, O Adonai. Guard us from all harmful things, O Adonai. Teach us safe throughout the night, till we wake with morning's light. Teach us, God, wrong from right, O Adonai. Amen. 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 O Adonai.
We read on page 47 this beautiful image. We often talk about talking to God or speaking with God or praying to God or listening for God. What if we wrote to God? That's what we do when we go to the Western Wall. We put a note in the wall as though God is going to receive that note and read it and write a letter back. When you go to write something, you're more intentional about it. You are specific about the words you use. And so before we share our Amidah, they put in this prayer book this invitation for us to think about writing our own prayers. In an envelope marked personal, God addressed me a letter, so that now in an envelope marked personal, I give my answer. The words of the Amidah in the next 15 pages are our opportunity to use the words of our tradition to write that letter back, or to close our eyes, as we will at the end of this prayer, to be quiet for a moment and to write the words into the prayer book ourselves as we share our personal prayers. Page 46, we begin with the words of Adonai Sefatai Tiftach. Please rise.
Adonai Sefatai Tiftach, Ufi Agita Hilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips, that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu v'Elohei Avotenu v'Imotenu, Elohei Abraham, Elohei Yitzhak, v'Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, v'Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibor v'Hanora, El Elyon, Kol Melech Chasadim Tovim, V'Konei HaKol, V'Zocher Chastei Avot v'Imahot, U'Mei Geula Lifnei V'neihem, Lama'an Shemo Be'ahava, Melech Ozer U'Moshia U'Magen, Baruch atah Adonai, Magen Avraham V'Ezrat Sarah.
Page 50.
Atah Gibor Le'olam Adonai, Mechayeh HaKol atah Rav Lehoshia, Morid HaTa'al, Mechakel Chayim Bechesed, Mechayeh HaKol Berachamim Rabim, Somech Noflim V'Rofech Olim, Umatir Asirim, ומקיים אמונתו לשני עפר, מי כמוך בעל גבורות ומידה מלך, מלך ממית ומחיה ומצמיח ישועה ונאמנתה להחיות הכל. ברוך אתה אדוני מחיה הכל.
אתה קדוש ושמך קדוש וקדושים בכל יום יהללוך סלה ברוך אתה אדוני האל הקדוש. Take our own time now for our personal prayers to write those words that we need to hear or say to God. As we say them, when we're finished, you can be seated at your own time.
יהיו לרצון אמרי פי והגיון ליבי לפניך אדוני צורי אדוני צורי אדוני צורי וגואלי וגואלי יהיו לרצון אמרי פי והגיון ליבי לפניך אדוני צורי אדוני צורי וגואלי וגואלי.
Page 253, our prayer for healing. We think of all of those loved ones, family members, friends who are facing their own battles right now. We offer them these words. As we share their words in a moment, you're welcome to share them out loud, share the names out loud, or to yourself. We wish for them strength and the fullest sense of themselves. 253.
מי שברך אבותינו מקור הברכה לאמותינו, may the source of strength who bless the ones before us help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing. Let us say Amen.
If there are names you'd like to share, please share them out loud.
מי שברך אמותינו מקור הברכה לאבותינו, bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit. Let us say Amen.
254. Shabbat Shalom, everybody. Last week and this week with the town hall following services, my words have both times have been geared towards some of the themes that I've been thinking about as we've been diving into these ideas of what the future of our community looks like. So if you're curious or you're bored or you're having a hard time falling asleep at 1 in the morning, I encourage you to go back and watch last week. It pertains to the topic also. Tonight's also pertains to a different sermon, though. I want to start, before I share the text, with I want to tell you the end of the story first. The end of the story is a couple that I got the privilege of marrying right after, I believe, Carrie will correct me if I'm wrong, I'm pretty sure it was right after we moved here. We were invited to go to Germany and do a wedding of two amazing individuals who I'm going to tell you about in a second. But in order to get there, let me start with the Torah portion. And so the Torah portion, let's see if this works. Oh, that's not the right slide. Let's see. Oh, well, I have it. I don't know. They're coming out of order. So here's the Torah portion. It starts with the words, "See this day I set before you blessing and curse." We say almost these exact same words at Yom Kippur. I set before you blessing and curse. Now, the fascinating thing about this, if you just take a second to step back from it, is the fact that this is in Torah. Whatever your understanding of who wrote the Torah, when it was written, there's nobody who believes it was less than 3,000 years ago. 3,000 plus years ago, they decided that there was a choice before us to have blessings or curses. In other words, we aren't blessed or cursed by someone else. We have to choose. Which one are you going to choose? Blessing or curse? That's what the Torah says. That's not a new idea. It's not blasphemy to say that it's upon us to have free will to make a decision about whether we get blessed or we get cursed. So now let's fast forward to today. There's a theory that's been put forward by this Rabbi B'nai Lappi. The theory is called crash theory. I've found it really helpful in any number of ways. It has two primary points that it starts with. The first is, all of us have a master story that tells us who we are and how to make meaning in the world. All of us as individuals and all of us as a community. We at Temple Israel, we have a master story. We're a Reformed synagogue. We're in Akron, Ohio. We have a certain number of families. We do certain things. Our sisterhood does certain things. Our brotherhood does certain things. We tell a story that's true, but it's our story. We hold it dear, and it helps us understand who we are. We tell that same story about ourselves. You know your own story, but we tell ourselves a story. Often, all of us usually, tell ourselves a story that goes way into the future, even if that's not exactly where that story is going to go. We tell ourselves that we're going to live in a house with a white picket fence, we're going to have 2.4 children, we're going to have a certain car, a certain job. We tell ourselves these stories, and we believe that that's somehow helping to define who we are, which gets to the second part of the crash theory, which gives it its name. The stories almost never go as we plan. There is a crash. Something changes the story that's out of our control. Eventually, the crash happens, and the story that we've been telling ourselves no longer makes sense. Something changes in the community, and we're no longer who we said we were, because we can't be. Something changes in a relationship, we're no longer married. Something changes in our job, and we no longer live in the place we said we would always live. The guarantee in life is that there will be crashes. The next question is, will we choose blessing or will we choose curses? When the crash happens, what is going to be our choice? So, Rabbi Lappi tells us we have three options. The first, we can deny the crash. This is what fundamentalists do. It didn't happen. Nothing has changed. By the way, Judaism has had some crashes. The temple was destroyed. We were kicked out of Israel. Things have happened. And there are some people who say, nope, let's put it right back the way it was. I only want it to exist the way it was before the crash. Or, I don't even think the crash happened. These are people who put on a fundamentalist hat and say, I'm unwilling to change at any cost, even if I have to lie, to tell you what is going on, because I refuse to believe that a crash even occurred. The second, perhaps more common for us, is that we just abandon the story altogether. Well, religion lied to me, so I am no longer religious. I look out, so-and-so, this politicians are all bad because I saw that there was one that did this bad. There, many of them have done things that I don't like, or this group of people, I can no longer trust any of them, and I don't want to be a part of them because there was a crash. I don't want to be a part of anybody who's a part of a crash. So those people abandon it. They say, let's just get rid of the whole thing. It was broken, let's not have it. The third answer is we reinvent it. We decide we had a story, something happened, there was a crash, my life has changed, my story has changed, my story cannot go on the way I said it would go, and so I'm going to decide to stick with it, but I'm going to change the end of my story. I'm going to proactively say, you know what, it's still my story. And I'm not going to forget what happened, I'm not going to deny it. There was a crash, something happened, but look what I got to do out of it. So now let me talk about this wedding in Germany. Many of you will remember the history of Germany before the wall fell. Before it fell, there was a woman who I've only gotten to meet once at this wedding. And she worked in a museum in East Berlin. She had a PhD. She taught modern European history, post-World War II history. And I assume she was very good at it. And then in 1990, I think everybody here, we don't have to tell anybody about the wall, right? We don't have to go through all, everybody here knows that. I was thinking maybe there'd be some kids who would have no idea what we're talking about, but I don't see them here. So then the wall falls, and all of a sudden Berlin is different. Berlin's a unified city, and it's no longer communist. And she goes back to her job, and they say, we're sorry, you can't work here anymore. Your PhD is from the Soviet Union, and we don't accept those credentials. You're not a PhD anymore. So she says, well, I'm going to go back to school. So she gets another PhD in modern European history, this time from the Western world. She gets her job back. She works there. At the time, she had an 11-year-old daughter. In the course of studying, she decides, in learning all this post-Holocaust history, she gets fascinated with Judaism. She converts, as does her 11-year-old German daughter. The German daughter grows up a few years later, joins the German army. She's Jewish. Beautiful, blonde, blue-eyed woman in the German army, and she's Jewish. And the German army has a small group that gathers to observe Jewish holidays and to commemorate Jewish events. But you can imagine it's probably not thousands of people in the German army. And this young woman becomes the president of the Jewish club in the German military. Meanwhile, in Omaha, Nebraska, where I was living, there's an Army Ranger, high-ranking Army Ranger, because in Omaha they have a major Air Force base, and he was stationed there, and he knocked on my door one day, and he said, I would like to convert to Judaism. Why? I asked. Always a good question. I met this amazing woman. I was flown to Germany by the American Army to represent America in the commemoration of the Holocaust. And we had a ceremony, and she was representing Germany, and she's Jewish, and we fell in love. So I'd like to be Jewish now, too. A year later, he asked me to do their wedding. By that time, I had moved to Akron, and Carrie and I got to fly to Berlin, and then into the countryside in Germany, and do a wedding where almost all of the guests were either in the American military or the German military, with the exception of the immediate family of the two people. So, all of that happened. Who would have ever written that story? But there was a crash, and a wall came down, and a degree was changed, and a woman decided that she would rewrite her story. And it was so moving that it moved her child to join her on the journey, and that child ended up at a Holocaust ceremony on behalf of the state of Germany, meeting an American who had no Jewish history, and they both became Jewish and have a Jewish family. That story doesn't get written unless somebody takes path 3 out of the crash. She could have said, you know what, you don't accept my degree, I'm gonna go work in the grocery store. I'm gonna retire. She could have said, I'm gonna move out of Germany. I'm gonna go somewhere else, I don't like you anymore. She didn't. She stuck around. She said, this is part of my story. And I'm gonna do what I need to do to finish my story the way I think it should be written. So I say that because crashes happen always. But as we were told in the Torah portion, it's our choice. Will the crash be a source for a blessing, or will it be a source for a curse? That's not on God, that's not on somebody else, that's on us. What choice will we make? And I think our community is facing some of those choices. They're hard decisions. But I do believe that what was written in the Torah thousands of years ago, long before there was ever a discussion as to where the JCC should be, or whether 2 synagogues should be in 1 building or 2 buildings, or pray at 6:15 or 10:30 in the morning, or all those questions, somebody put into our prayer book, the choice of blessing and the choice of curse is yours. And so the choice is upon us. Shabbat Shalom. We'll turn back to our prayer books now. We'll turn back to our screen in a few moments when we'll start our discussion. We'll turn back to our prayer books as we'll turn to page 282, Rise in Body or Spirit, as we share the words of Aleinu.
Aleinu l'shabeach l'adon hakol, l'tikdu la leotzer reshit, shelo asanu kigoye haratzot, velo samanu kamishpechot ha'adama, shelo sam chelkenu kahem, וגור עלינו ככל המונם, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא. ונאמר, והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ, ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד. ושמו אחד.
Please be seated. We take time now to think of all of those loved ones that we've lost. We always reserve a moment in these moments when we're gathered as a community to remember the people who are not here and to remember them as a blessing. Our community continues to offer our condolences to the family of Rick Lowry as they observe Shloshim, the first month of losing their loved one. And so too we offer our prayers to the families of Kamal Atakman, Kenneth Gelberd, Doris Marks Green, Kaylet Jaffe, Gertrude Kotler, Barbara Lushtag, Rita Lakshan, Benjamin Pinsky, Jean Rubin, and William Solomon, as those families remember the anniversaries of the passing of their loved ones. If there are names I mispronounced or names you'd like to share, we invite you to share them now. We invite those who are remembering someone to stand first, if you'll rise in honor of your loved one. And we as a congregation, as your congregation, we stand now with you as we support you and share in the words of Mourner's Kaddish, page 294. Yitkadal v'yitkadash shemei rabbah, be'alma divrach yirutei v'amlich malchutei, b'chayechon uv'yomechon uv'chayei dechol beit Yisrael, b'agala uv'izman kariv v'imru, amen. Yehei shmei rabbah mevarach le'olam almei almaya, Yitbarak v'yishtabach v'yitba'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalol shemei dekudusha barichu le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechamata, damiran bi'alma v'imru, amen. Yehi shlama rabba min shemaya, v'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael, v'imru, amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav, huya se shalom, aleinu v'al kol Yisrael, v'imru, amen. Having connected with those that we loved and lost, we invite you, if you would like, to invite those around you, if they would like, to place your arms around each other as we bless each other with the words of the priests. May God bless you and keep you. May God's light shine upon you and be gracious unto you. May you feel God's presence within you always, and may you find peace. Please join us as we say Motzi. Skip will uncover the challah.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Amen.
As Skip makes his way around the room, if anybody wants challah, please take some challah. In the meantime, we want to share blessings in addition to the 2 anniversaries we mentioned. Any blessings that people want to share from this week? Yeah, Mimi. Wow. Her baby sister is 70 and celebrating in New York. Yeah, that's right. Baby sister by just a couple days. That's it. Yeah.
Our daughter got her license today, so everybody watch out.
Yeah. It's a blessing and a curse. We're choosing our daughter. Our daughter got her license early this morning. It was a excitement and fear all in one. Yeah. Sandy.
My older sister is celebrating her 84th birthday on Monday.
Wonderful. A lot of birthdays. Sister with a birthday? Yeah, Courtney is we've had a wonderful week with Courtney here. Her parents visit her every day at work. She has a what? I couldn't hear. Yeah, she had to be somewhere tonight. But she'll be here next week. She promised. So we share the words of Shekianu for all the blessings that we have in our life. We share them with each other and hope for many, many more times to celebrate with one another.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, shehechianu v'kimanu v'higianu lazman hazeh. Shalom b'roma, huya shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'al kol yoshvei tevel, ve'imru, amen.
Shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'al kol yoshvei tevel ve'imru, amen.
Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom, everybody. We're going to give people 30